6 city council seats up for grabs as registered voters made their way to the ballot drop box today. Polls closed at 7 tonight and the first numbers were released quickly. Results are continuing to make their way into our newsroom. Our Allison Zimmerman is tracking the numbers and joins us in studio tonight with a look at the results. What are we seeing, Allison?
Hi, Bill. Well, right now what we can say is that both incumbent city council members who are running in this election do appear poised to retain their seats on city council. That includes in Colorado Springs City Council District 1. Councilman Dave Donaldson with a commanding lead over political newcomer Lee Lemkool tonight. Donaldson with nearly 60% of the vote here. Now, we caught up with Donaldson at his watch party in Northwest Colorado Springs tonight. He was censured by his fellow council members last summer, removing him from boards and committees after he asked some of his fellow council members who had been endorsed and received campaign donations by developers. We asked about that and also what he feels these results say about his work as a council member.
So it tells me that citizens like what I'm doing. They understand that I'm a councilman that represents the citizens. They want more of that.
Moving on to City Council District 2 here. Essentially, Tom Bailey running unopposed as Frank Christinger withdrew from this election. His name did still appear on the ballot, though, but Tom Bailey, of course, receiving 100% of the vote as he was the only candidate in that race. Moving on to City Council District 3, a much more competitive seat here. Right now, former City Councilwoman Brandy Williams, she served on City Council from 2011 to 2013. She is in the lead with nearly 40% of the vote here, followed by Mariah Lauer, then Greg Thornton, Rick Gillett, and then Chris Metzger. We'll head on over to City Council District 4. This includes the southeast part of Colorado Springs. Current City Councilwoman Yolanda Avila was actually term limited and could not run in this election. But right now, the president of the Colorado Springs Black Chamber of Commerce, Kimberly Gold, is in the lead with about 40% of the vote. She's followed by Sharia Elliott Sterling with 30%, and then Chauncey Johnson, 25%. We should note Jeannie Orozco-Lira did technically drop out of this race, but she did not formally withdraw. So that is why her votes were still counted in this election. City Council District 5, though, incumbent City Councilwoman Nancy Henjum also with a commanding lead, taking about half of the vote here, followed by Chris Burns and then Jim Miller and Cass Moline. We also caught up with Councilwoman Henjum tonight at her watch party.
I ran in the first place and am continuing to run because my heart is in service and I want to serve the city of Colorado Springs, and I'm really grateful to be able to serve the residents of District 5 as well as the whole city.
Moving on to City Council District 6, this includes the most northeast neighborhoods of the city. Right now, it appears Roland Rainey with about 43% of the vote is in the lead. He's followed by District 11 School Board President Parth Melpacum. Aaron Schick there with 20% of the vote. Certainly an interesting night all across the city here, Bill.
Yeah, and it's a good night to talk politics a little bit. You've been tracking this for a long time. Me too. It seems like for years it's been kinder gentler at a city level. This year there's some negative campaigning going on. Does that seem that it's had any impact on the outcome? It
does in some of the elections, at least I will say. So districts 1, 3, and 5 are where we really saw the negative campaigning happening. So 1 and 5, those are where the incumbent city council members are. Doesn't appear to have made a huge difference as both incumbents have pretty commanding leads in those early results right now. But in District 3, this is where it does appear to have made some kind of difference. And now we talked about this yesterday in our newscast as well. We were seeing donations upwards of $20,000, $30,000 coming in from some of these like PACs or so-called dark money groups. And a lot of negative campaign ads going towards Rick Gillett. Brandy Williams pulling out a pretty sizable lead so far. She's a little closer with Mariah Lauer, but Rick Gillett only receiving about 12% of the vote tonight.
So the other thing you've been tracking is campaign donations. I've been following what you're doing. Very interesting to see who's donating what. A lot of developers donating. It's not necessarily causing wins here tonight, though, is it?
No, what's really interesting, though, is we are seeing it in some of the more so-called establishment candidates. It is helping there. But then you look at District 5, where incumbent City Councilwoman Nancy Henjum was on the ballot. She did face a challenger from former CSPD officer Chris Burns, and he was getting a lot of developer donations there. But still, Henjum with a commanding lead there tonight. And then District 4, Sharia Elliott Sterling, I want to say, About 90% of her campaign donations, if not higher, were all developer money, and she is in second place as of now with those early results. So
very interesting. We'll keep track of the numbers through the night. Thanks for doing what you're doing. To make sure that you are up to date with the current results of today's election, be sure to download our News 5 app. You can get it by scanning the QR code you see on your screen. It's also available in the App Store and Google Play.